Hello HO Race fans. This is the second video of the couple videos I'm going to have. This is the one for doing the cleaning of the car for my Tyco 440 and a couple extra little things that I'm going to do for you know, some tech and information, okay? And here's the video. Okay everybody, this is the second video of us doing the tear down, cleaning, and reassemble of a Tyco 440. So we did the last week we did the tear down, so I left everything here. So this is the chassis like we were talking about. All the end bells, that's the front, that's the rear, and all the little section of pieces. Make sure you keep the car split, driver's side, passenger side. This way you'll keep all your magnets and everything within decent order. Okay? Well, we're going to do some cleaning now. I always use isopropyl alcohol for the cleaning of anything. I'm kind of a clean freak, so I try to keep a car as clean as possible. So we're going to end up cleaning everything. So we'll go through the car, get all the yucky off of it. This part of the car is usually not super filthy. Okay. This way it ear swab usually does pretty much the best. Get in here because this is where you're oiling everything. Right here is where the oil gets in down in here. So you make sure you want to get all this cleaned up in here. That is the rear bell. Then the front bell. Same thing. All your oil gets in this section right here. So that's where you want to clean the most. As you can see, the car is decently filthy. We're not going to use these magnets here, but I'm going to leave them there. Most of the stuff we're not using the motor or nothing either. So we'll get into the body. As you can see, the car is pretty filthy, but it's been years and years of running. This is probably one of my original cars that I let Connor have. He's the one doing the filming. That's my youngest son. So as you see, we're doing good cleaning. I mean, I can get the car spotless, but the best way you can get it clean, and some of this stuff probably weighs the car down too. It's pretty heavy oil in this thing. So I don't know how much it weighs the car down, but it's definitely heavier than letting it go. And I mean, ounces count sometimes in races. You're not pulling as much weight around on the underneath the chassis and everything. As you see, the car's pretty filthy. So we're going to go through a couple of these just by doing the body, which is no problem. This is one tool I like to have, is my ear swabs. They clean everything. And they get into a ton of stuff. Yeah, a lot different. So we're just working on getting the body cleaned up here. Like I said, it might not be a huge deal, but I like to keep things cleaned, and it might not, excuse me, might not hurt it none taking some of the weight off the car. And again, how much it takes off or how much it adds might not be a huge deal, but you never knew. So we're good there. Okay, I think there ain't really much to clean on the body itself. The outside part of the body is pretty clean. Got a paper towel, wipe her down real good. Try to get as much out of it as possible. Now I've seen a lot of guys snap these tabs out and remove some of this stuff. It probably helps. I mean, I've seen guys drill holes in the side of the windows. A lot of guys don't like, depending on where you go, a lot of guys don't like you to tinker with anything. I see a lot of guys working with this Novus Plastic Clean and Shine. It works fantastic. I know a lot of you guys have used it already, but I just started learning to use it. I bought the large bottle at Summit Racing, and it really does a nice job on the car. You can clean just about everything on the car with it. Doesn't take none of the paint off or nothing. Yeah, it looks a lot nicer. Okay, body done. Okay, now we're looking at the brush barrels. Okay, I bought a kit at Summit Racing. It's for cleaning out wire and everything. It's for cleaning, like it's diamond coated round microfiles for cleaning out like trailer wiring and stuff like that. See, if you put your trailer in like a boat or something in the water a lot, it tends to help clean out the wiring stuff, so it works out real well. It goes from 30 thousandths all the way to 120 thousandths, actually 130 thousandths. So I haven't tried them yet to find out if they'll work, but let's go ahead and try them now. So we'll find out what the barrels are. Probably go the next size up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 70 to 80 thousandths. So that don't go in, so we'll go down to the next one down. And this one's 60 to 70. Clean out the inside of the brush barrels. Kind of get as much of the crud and junk off them as we can. That's the passenger side one done. And this is the driver's side one. Again, I don't know exactly if it's doing a fantastic job, but it's got to be better than not cleaning them at all. Okay. Looks like the springs are in good shape, so we want to mess with them. Okay. Get everything out of the way so I can get room to work. Now we've got a new motor. It's a stock 440X2 armature, 6 ohm. Most of them are 6.5. I got the 6 ohm for this one. Plus I've got a 360 front end for it. I've got the double flange hubs for it. They're 59 thousandths for the axles. And a set of 438. These are for the plastic track, which I have. Then I've got a set of stock Storm shoe springs. They're the double-sided shoe spring. As you see, like I said, if the shoe kicks one way or another, this will eliminate a lot of that kick. So hopefully this will do. This is the first car I've used them on. I'm going to try them, see how the car runs with them. Hopefully it fixes a lot of the problems. Okay, so what we do is take out the stock armature changeover. This is a Wizard. Like I said, ST01 stock 440X2 armature, 6 ohm is what this one is. Now, if you're changing without changing motor, always remember to replace the front bushing, because the bushing gets tattered and tore up. What this bushing does, it makes it so when you're oiling the car, the oil don't get down into the motor itself where the brush rides right here. So what it does, it's an oil blocker. It takes oil and stops it. It doesn't wick it down into the motor, because if you notice, it's got these 3 tabs on here that separate the motor brush, the armature brass here. Now, as always, if I can find it, I use a pen like I did on one of the other builds I did on for the Magnetraction. What you do is you go up and down right here between the 2 areas where the brush rides. Now, a lot of people ask me why I do that. What happens is, if they're beveled up a little bit, when the brush comes around, it tends to bounce and land, and then bounce and land. So what happens, it gets rid of a lot of the bouncing of the brushes back and forth, because the springs don't keep them on there perfectly. But I do that to kind of keep that from the brush bounce. It does help a lot. I've noticed every time I've done it, the car seems to run smoother. So go over them a couple times. There you go. Okay. That's the motor. Now, what I like to do too is take a 10/1000 bushing. Use like a phosphorus bushing here. Whoop. So I use a 10/1000 bushing. That is one there, spacer. So I'm out of them in here. So I'll go ahead and I'll open this kit. Same thing, it's a Wizard AA6 10,000 phosphorus bond bushing. I've seen guys use stainless steel. I've heard a few people use the plastic one, but I would figure that the nylon would probably rip up. So bronze or stainless steel does work also. I got those from Bad L Hobbies. Is where I get all my stuff at. It's local here to me, but he's got a ton of stuff. That's where I buy all my stuff. If not, you can get it, you know, probably your local hobby shop. Anyone sells Wizards can get you what you need. Okay, we don't need all these. We'll just take the one. Put it right on the end here. There you go. And what happens is when you put it in the end bell, it gives it a little bit of distance. Sometimes you don't have to use one. Sometimes you do. What we'll do is we'll look at it when we get to that point. Now on the end bell, you got to make sure that you run these tabs run upwards, because that is where the shoe goes around the brush bushing. So when the shoe goes around the brush bushing, it goes underneath that tab. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully the new camera I bought will definitely show you a lot more than when I had my phone. But when it goes around the here, what it does, it sticks underneath and locks it against there. It still moves. The brush, you know, the pickup still moves on the brush. But you see that. But let me look here. Check something out here. So what I did is I got a set of Viper Pro 4 motor magnets for this car. I said this is Connor's car. I'm going a little bit more than normal on this car to see what it does. So when we race this one, let's see what happens. Now these are the regular motor brushes, which is the same as these brushes here. I would say red to the right, white to the left. Let me see what the difference is here. They are a little bit more magnetism. The magnetism's a lot more. I can feel it just by messing with it here. The thing I'm worried about is, will they notice them? Man, looks like they will notice them a little bit. But we'll find out. So we'll go this one to the left. Okay, let's see that. Now what you want to do too is you want to make sure that this is pointing down, and the same with those pointing up. But when you put this all together, look to see where it's running. Now see, it looks like it could run a little tight on the backside, so we'll take that 10,000 pushing and I'll put it on the backside. But you want the armature to run in the sweet spot of the magnet, is what you want it to do. So you want the armature to be kind of like in the center of the magnet as much as possible. 10,000 kind of puts it back a little bit, so we'll take the 10,000. It just depends on motor, it depends on a lot of things. So I'll take this back off, the 10,000s, put the front bell back on. There you go. So we'll put this in the back, see how she runs. Probably go a little more, but you don't want to go too much because then it'll separate the pieces too far. Okay. Okay, that's for mostly the cleaning and everything. So until next time, this is Vitoman 50. Okay, as you see, cleaning the car is pretty simple. Just mainly isopropyl alcohol, using some ear swabs. Those work out real well. And the part number for the Innovative products for those cleaning sticks, we're going to put it down in the description down below. And hope everybody likes, subscribe, and share these videos with somebody that you know to help them learn and help them out with better racing information. Okay, everybody have a good day. Thank you. Bye.